Yeah, good day, everyone. I'm going to give a gentle introduction to Handshake, the Handshake ecosystem, and the Handshake blockchain. My name is Joseph Peculiar. I'm a blockchain engineer at crypto.com. Crypto.com is a crypto exchange that offers a couple of services as well, whereby you could buy crypto, have access to easily exchange crypto, grow your crypto, spend crypto with cards, and so on and so forth. So let me jump right into it. So, we're going to be exploring Handshake, which is a decentralized root zone secured by proof of work. So, credit to this slide. This slide was made by Matthew Zepkin, which is a known blockchain, known developer in the Handshake ecosystem. So, the slide was everything needed. So, I decided to build up from there. So, here are a couple of things we'll be exploring. We'll be exploring about the DNS query, what the root zone is, DNSSEC, Certificate Authority, Handshake, and precisely DIN. And if we have enough time, we are going to compare the differences between Handshake and other solutions out there that is actually working on the decentralized web as well. So I'm going to browse quickly what the DNS is. So DNS, as you can see from here, is a phone book of records, right? Is known as domain naming system. If you want to browse bitcoin.com, DNS is what takes bitcoin.com and then returns to you the right website in which you are trying to see. So it's, for example, a URL as bitcoin.com is broken down into three. You have your root zone, you have your top level domain, you have your second level domain, and so on and so forth. So when you're trying to browse a website, it first asks the root zone, which then asks .com, then asks Bitcoin, which then asks www. So with that example and explanation, you can see the DNS is more of like a tree-like structure in which the root zone is at the top. And as I presented Handshake as is a decentralized root zone, which means a whole of this conversation will be focused on the root zone. One important thing to note is that the internet pretty much decentralized on based on how it's built. But there is a part of it that it's not decentralized, which is what we'll be targeting on, and which is what Handshake aims to solve and resolve, and that is the root zone. So, as explained, the root zone, you searching for bitcoin.com or whichever website, google.com, facebook.com, you talk to the root zone talks to the domain names and the Google and then the subdomain you are trying to talk about. So you could see the root zone as a collection of records signed, um, pretty much a collection of records signed. And currently in our internet infrastructure, the root zone that we are seeing here is controlled and run by a non-profit organization, which is known as ICANN. And we're going to be looking more into them a bit of time. Okay, so pretty much. So the root zone, it's run by, is pretty much a set of keys and a collection of records signed by ICANN. So I can start buying Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers, which is based in Los Angeles, USA. So what does that mean? It means that the entire internet infrastructure is lying on key, a set of keys signed by one organization, which means the entire internet is run by everyone has to trust that key to be sure that okay, whatever this key is doing is actually right for whatever we are doing on the internet. So that is what Handshake aims to solve, or what Handshake aims to get sorted out, which is this entire internet infrastructure relying trust on non-government organization, which I wouldn't like to get more deeper into some things relating to them. So what is DNSSEC? So DNSSEC is pretty much domain name security. It's pretty much a set of keys pre-installed on our operating system. So when you buy a new device, such as your mobile phones, your laptops, and so on, you have a pretty much set of keys pre-installed on your operating system, and this set of keys are signed automatically by assigned by Arcan installed on your computer, which is your resolvers, which whenever you buy your system, you get them already there. And this set of keys are signed, or should I say, the root zone gives signs to the top level domains, which are the .com, as we explained, and to the second level domains and to the subdomains. So it's more of a tree-like structure as well, in which builds upon the handshake
All right, hello. Yeah, we are having some technical difficulties. I guess they knew. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got them.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Sorry
Yeah, no problem, no
about.
problem, man. Yeah, take your time.
Joseph, you're not rugging us,
Okay,
right? People think you're rugging us.
I didn't hear you. You said what?
Don't worry, man. It's great. It's great. It cut off. It just cut off just like a couple minutes ago. But put on my glasses and
Okay.
everything will be okay.
All right. Awesome.
We're all having
So,
fun here, man. Thanks for your sharing today. It's gonna be great. We're
awesome. So, let me get back into it.
All right, yeah,
Awesome.
cool.
yeah,
Cool.
we
Get
can
out of
hang
your hair.
out. Let's hang out with him, man. Joseph's cool.
Okay, awesome. So, we're going to be exploring about certificate of. Hope everyone got me on my explanation of DNS. Okay, so let me jump into certificate authority. And this concepts explaining is pretty much a premier to help everyone understand what pretty much Handshake it's pretty much to get the level of importance of what Handshake is and what it's doing. So certificate authority is that green icon on your website. As you can see here, that's my certificate authority. Here, this lock symbol. On most browsers is green, but I'm on Brave. So what your certificate authority is the like icon in your browser, which means that you are actually talking to the right web server. So it's what proves that, hey, from here I'm actually communicating with docs.google.com accurately in that particular sense. So yeah, that's what certificate authority is. So it's more of it's what is the information from the server that proves that I'm talking to this right website. So if you check on your computer, on your laptop, you will see a signature called Baltimore Cyber Trust Root. And Baltimore Cyber Trust Root, actually, when I was working on with Handshake, was what made me realize what actually this Baltimore Cyber Trust route is. It's actually a pre-installed, or pretty much the certificate authority that gives connection to Google, and from Google proves that you're actually talking to the right server. So let's look at the two differences. We have DNS, we have DNSSEC. And on the two sides, DNS, DNSSEC, and certificate authorities, which is a pretty much relies on trust all the way, right? We have ICANN, which provides trust to .com. Signs proves okay, you're talking to .com, .bitcoin. All of these have pretty much this entire connection is pretty much signed cryptographically. And you have your certificate authorities as well, which let's say you're talking to this particular website, which is provided by Let's Include. That's your certificate authority. So with that as well, let's talk about what Handshake is. Um, okay. Now I have to slow down for this part of the talk to make sure everyone gets what I'm trying to explain. So Handshake on its own is a blockchain. It's not running a smart contract on any EVM based chains as Ethereum, Polygon, or so on and such. It's a blockchain, pretty much a fork of the Bitcoin client built into a blockchain, and all everything happening in the Handshake ecosystem runs and is secured by proof of work. So what is that? So Handshake is pretty much, as you can see, it is a backward compatible with Zone. By backward compatible, what I'm trying to explain is that with Handshake, you can actually access or talk to. It doesn't cut you off from the existing internet infrastructure and say, hey, this is the Handshake internet. No, it's pretty much backward compatible with our current existing internet infrastructure, and you have the future of the internet, which is Handshake in that particular sense. So, with that, let me explain how the Handshake query system works. So, let's say you're trying to interact with, let's say, Bitcoin.proof of concept, or which is a domain owned by Matizepkin, or let's say you're trying to talk with welcome.nb, which is a popular handshake name. So what happens is that you talk to the handshake root zone, which you from during the end of this slide, I'll tell you how you can set up or pretty much your computer to be able to interact with the handshake blockchain and handshake ecosystem. So it talks to the handshake root zone, and then the handshake root zone says, okay, I have this. I have records of this particular website or this particular TLDs. It resolves, checks proof of concepts, and then gets you Bitcoin dot proof of concept, which the same way our current DNS query works, same way, same system. And let's say you're trying to find a website that is outside of the handshake ecosystem. Let's say you're trying to talk to bitcoin.com or crypto.com or google.com and so on. So in that particular way, he asks the handshake root zone, says, hey, I don't have this particular TLD. Let me ask ICANN, which is our current existing legacy or current existing internet infrastructure. So with that in
Joseph,
particular,
really quick, I
yeah.
just want to tell you that your screen share isn't working. You're not sharing your presentation right now. If you wanted to share
Oh,
your
really?
screen.
Oh, and I had no idea. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So with that being said, okay, where was I? Okay, I was talking about this. So you're talking to so in that particular aspect, you're trying to talk to bitcoin.com, crypto.com, and so other current websites that we all know, google.com and so on. Talks to the handshake root zone. Okay, I don't know
Hey,
this. Let me
sorry,
ask ICANN.
sorry,
And
Joseph. Sorry to interrupt. The screen share still isn't working. People in the
really,
chat are saying that the presentation isn't showing.
oh, let me try again. Okay, let me.
Sorry about all these technical difficulties, everybody. Uh, we're gonna try to get them up on stage and finish this out, and then or finish this up, and then get on to our next speaker. Uh, it's a little bit of a rocky start, but we'll finish strong for sure. So we'll just wait for Joseph to come back. Should be any minute now, I hope. So I guess I'll just talk to you guys. I'll just shoot the. Oh, okay. I was gonna shoot the
Yeah,
shit with you guys a
awesome.
little bit, but
Yeah,
all right, Joseph's back now.
I had to
Yeah,
refresh the entire application to be sure.
yeah, no problem. It's ICANN. They don't want you to talk about Handshake. They don't want people to know how powerful Handshake is.
Pretty much, I think so. That was a good one. Yeah. So
All right, we're seeing
let
your
me
screen
know.
again.
Okay. Also, that's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's finish strong here. Let's go.
Okay. Awesome. So uh I think pretty much. So as I was saying, I would have to skip this because of time. You're trying to talk to Bitcoin.com or Crypto.com. It talks to ICANN and gets that server information. Uh, we're going to explore pretty much Dane. Dane is pretty much DNS-based authentication of named entities. It's not really a new technology; it has always been there, but it's not widely used on our current internet infrastructure due to some issues with speed, latency issues, and so on. Many people don't care, but the cyberpunk security people pretty much do care about this. So what it's saying then is pretty much a hashed, pretty much cryptographic hash of your SSL, right? And then put into the DNS. It's to make sure, okay, I am actually communicating with the right server, right? It checks from your your SSL to the DNS records. Are this hash or this hash is actually the hash of the SSL I'm actually communicating to? If that's true, then you get your green icon and your website is secure. And pretty much then it's okay, yeah, pretty much. So um we're going to look forward down the slide the importance of DAIN and pretty much how it builds up on Handshake ecosystem, because Handshake pretty much with the existence of blockchain and the existence of Handshake, the importance of DAIN pretty much comes in pretty much on a strong hand there. In Handshake comes in like this: the SSL hash put into the DNS record, put into the blockchain, which is Handshake. You're trying to make that communication, it checks through the blockchain, through proof of work and so on, that you're actually communicating with the right server. So okay, how do I resolve names on Handshake? You could have a full node, SPV node. You could have fingertip by impervious, which is this icon here. I'm actually using it. It's pretty much very easy tool. Um, with the emergence of Handshake earlier on back then, this was one of the major issues. Most people had to be technical, run nodes and so on in order to access Handshake. But now everything is so easy, and to get into Handshake, you could use this tool, very easy to install. You can start resolving Handshake names. You could actually use Next DNS as well to resolve Handshake domain names as well. You just go into it, turn on this button, and pretty much you are good to go. So how are you?
Okay, we are losing Joseph again. But to piggyback off of resolving handshake domain names, Steve Webb just plugged it in the chat. Fingertip. It is the only way to resolve handshake domain names securely with Dane. It's the and it's easy too. It's just download, one click install, and then you're good to go. And then yeah, you got your other options out there like the gateways, like using HNS.is and stuff like that. And there's another option. There's Loom. I see Derek Hammer in the chat there. He'll be talking about that more later. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then for phones, there's obviously Beacon, the app that you can use. Um, that's only available on iOS right now, and Steve Webb says Android and desktop soon. I can't wait to try that out. But you know, they got a one-man team. Buffer is killing it over there. You know, he's been building uh for Handshake for a little while, and yeah, he's just been a great addition to our community. I think this question is meant for Joseph, but I do not know anything about crypto.com or any exchange listing Handshake. But yeah. All right, looks like we're starting to get Joseph back again. So he can finish up really quick, and then we'll switch over to our next speaker, Rithvik, where he's going to talk about Bob Wallet. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys for staying strong and and sticking with me through these little bit of technical difficulties. I appreciate you guys. All right. Well, we are coming up on our time, and I do not know the status of Joseph connection and everything like that. It says he's been loading in, but it's been a minute. But I guess we'll switch gears. Sorry, we're gonna have to cut Joseph off a little bit early, but yeah, let's go switch gears and go into our next talk about Bob Wallet. So I'm gonna end this one, and then everybody can switch over to the next speaker.